Pastor Mark Rowden with us from North Carolina. He's no stranger. You should know that by now. He stole one of Elbethel's members a long time ago. And when he was over in Desert Storm, he always would write me. He thought the Lord gonna let him go home. He write me and say, Pastor, if I don't make it back on this side, say I'll go home to my Father in heaven. Amen. He got ready to die. But the Lord wasn't ready for him to die. Glad to have he and his wife here today. And Lord have blessed us. I just want to say a few words from the book of Jeremiah. And this thought been on my mind, and may not say it very much, but it's been on my mind. Jeremiah, the 8th chapter. I think I'm just going to read one verse. The 8th chapter and the 20th verse. And it's read, the harvest is past. The summer is ended. And we are not saved. If you don't see nothing else, I want you to get that. The harvest is past, and the summer is ended, and we are not saved. I want to talk about the season has passed. The season has passed. And I'm a little older now. I have surpassed 70 and have surpassed 80. And as my mother said, I can see further than my nose. Amen, amen. But I love what Jeremiah says in this 20th verse. The harvest is past. The summer is ended, and we are not saved. Now, that's what really hit me. And we are not. How many of y'all saved? Now, don't lie. If you don't know you're saved, amen, because your ways and action tell me whether you're saved or not. Your ways and action, amen, show up as to who you are. Amen, amen. When you plant a seed, you may not know what kind, but when it come up, you can know different. And that just touched my heart. Jeremiah, he was one of the major prophets. God called him when he was just a lad. And Jeremiah didn't understand the call of God. And Jeremiah, when God called him, Jeremiah said, I'm a child, and I can't speak. And God said unto him, say not that thou art a child, but you should say whatever I tell you and go where I want you to go. Amen. So before you were formed in the belly, I knew you. That's it, boy. And before you came forth out of your mother's womb, I sanctified you. That means I set you aside. Amen. And not only did I sanctify, but I ordained you a prophet unto the nation. Yeah, the season has passed. And I thought about, say, Jesus is the reason for the season. And they have, everybody been celebrating the season, but not the reason. And that takes me back to that 20th verse. Says the harvest is past, the summer's ended, and we are not saved. Time of the year, if Christians need to show up, they need to show up during the season. Because Jesus is the reason for the season, but I don't see him showing up. I don't see him showing up. I'll read that again. That verse just got my heart. The harvest is past, the summer is in it, and we are not saved. The harvest has passed, and the summer is in it, and we are not saved. Dealing with season. The season is one of the 4 parts of the year, periods of the year, rather. You have 4 seasons in the year. You're a farmer, aren't you? Amen. You can't plant at any season. You got 4 seasons in the year. Spring, that's the first. Then you got summer, that's second. Autumn, that's when I was born, during the fall of the year. And then you have winter. That's the last season. Amen. And it bubbles over into the new year. It runs over the winter season. Thank you, brother. Spring and springtime refer to the season and also the idea of new birth, rebirth. Rebirth. Idea of rebirth, spring. Y'all, I'm thinking on the inside. It's a period of rejuvenation, a renewal, resurrection. Y'all don't hear what I'm saying. Regrowth. I heard Job say, he asked God a question, if a man die, shall he live again? And there was a hesitation there. No answer given. And Job said, but one thing I recognize, if a tree be cut down and the root is left in the ground, and through the sense of the water, it bud out and live again. That's during springtime. I mean, you can cut a tree down, but if you leave the root in the ground, and when spring comes and the rain falls and the sun come out, you see something start sprouting up. Rebirth. That's a renewal. You can have a sweet potato. Amen. That you're gonna cook, but if you don't cook it, don't take the skin off, you put it in the ground, see what happened to it. Huh? It'll rejuvenate itself. Start sprouting out and it'll bring forth something. Huh? But Jeremiah said, the harvest passed, and we are not saved. A few weeks ago, everybody would make, and I would go to different places, and they said, Reverend, are you ready for Christmas? And I would make this statement, I stays ready. I say, I have Christmas every day. Huh? But there's some people just wait for one day. And then they make the statement, Jesus is the reason for the season. They put emphasis on that. Jesus, but you don't see him showing up in them. And I can't hear good, but I heard somebody say a short while ago that during the Thanksgiving time, Christmas time, say they don't come in with one bottle. Say they bring a whole case. Did y'all hear that? But yet they say Jesus is the reason for the season, but they got a case.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
We're going to do something else.
Yeah.
We're going to let our hair down.
Yeah.
Amen. At this season.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir.
And that's what gets back to me, that 20th verse says, all is that happened, harvest is past, some is in it, and we are not saved.
Yes, sir.
That, say Christmas, they done X Christ out of Christmas. They said mass celebration, not Christ, not Christmas, which they take Christ away from it. So that means Christ don't have anything to do with Christmas. They got to X Christmas. They X him out of Christmas. Y'all don't hear what I'm trying to say. He have no part in their lives at Christmas time. How many of you have Christ in your heart? Didn't even come. We had church on Sunday morning. On Thursday morning. For Christmas time. You can count the people on my hand. But yet, Jesus is the reason for the season. I think that's just a word of mouth. Y'all with me?
Yes, sir.
And so spring is the time of rejuvenation. Jesus said the tree is known by the fruit it's bearing. And you don't know what kind of fruit tree to wait till springtime comes.
Yes, sir.
Until the leaves start sprouting out.
You'll see it.
And short while after that, you see the fruit begin to appear on it, bud out on it. And it show up something. It has rejuvenated itself. Bring forth a renewal. And it brings about a resurrection within itself. That's springtime. But summer, it says summer is the season of the year. During the summertime, the days are longer and the nights are shorter. Summer is the warmest of the 4 seasons. I love that in the summertime. I love summertime. And summer, I say, is the woman of the season. And falling between, summer fall between spring and autumn. It falls in between. Amen. Spring and autumn. Amen. Amen. I want to say something else, but I'm hesitating, but I'm thinking about too many things. So spring, summer falls between spring and autumn. Now, autumn is known as the fall of the year. Maybe y'all don't know about it, but these young people, the old people that come from the country, they know what it means, fall of the year. That's the same thing you do in the fall of the year that you can't do in the summertime. Amen. You know when the fall of the year comes, things started changing at the fall of the year. It's marked the transition from summer to winter. It starts a transition. It's moving from summer to winter. Autumn does. It's moving from one point to another. Autumn. It's getting you situated for something else. Oh, y'all don't hear what I'm trying to say. Y'all don't hear what I'm trying to say. Autumn. That marks the transition from summer to winter. Nights become noticeable earlier. Temperature cooler. And one main feature is the shedding of leaves. Amen. When autumn comes along, you see leaves start falling off trees. You got trees in your yard get full of leaves. And brother, you have to get a rake and rake the leaves up out of your yard.